one of the concerns that we have is regulation. There needs to be strong regulation because in this system, industry is almost forced to find ways to cut costs, to do better than their competitors. So you need regulation that cuts across everything, that is across the board, that everybody's on the same table, everybody's on the same playing field. They need to be real regulations that require escorts, that require crew levels that are sufficient. These things, we can do these things, and there are parts of industry that are on side in doing this. There's lots of part of industry that just want to do it as cheaply as they can to make the largest profit. But there are parts of our industry that are saying, we want to do it right. There are industry that has pushed to lower the fuel types, to a better fuel on board tankers. It's a really important issue. We don't see it much, tankers out in the middle of the ocean, but we'd be far better off if they were not polluting as much as they are. Some countries have asked for just a little area around our country and you can use clean fuel here. But the world is one place, and if they're doing it out there, it's here too. So there's a lot of initiatives that we can do to make things better. We're very concerned about a direction in government of moving away from inspections, of allowing industry to inspect themselves. There needs to be rigorous inspections because the system allows for and almost demands that they find ways of doing it cheaper. So if somebody is doing it this way, a little bit cheaper, they have to find a way of competing with that. So we need to make the playing field level. We need to have strong inspections, we need to have strong regulations, and we need to have proper crewing levels. Right now there's something going on that we're quite concerned about, and that's the level of crewing on board our escorts and our ship docking tugs. There needs to be, Canada has got amongst the lowest manning levels on harbor tugs in the entire world. That's wrong. I think the point's made, we do some really bad things here. That's one of the things that we do wrong. We need to have proper manning levels so that there is no, you can't do anything that is going to be, you're 100% sure it's not going to be a problem, but you can put in regulations, you can put in rules that mean we can deal with these problems, and we've got enough people so something isn't going to go wrong. In terms of going forward, again, we need proper regs, we need the escort tugs, we need crewing levels that are proper, we need inspections that are vigorous and independent. And one of the issues that we've been involved in for many years is the light stations. They were de-staffed probably about 8 or 9 years ago now. We spoke against the de-staffing of light stations. There's now another move. Next week there is some hearings here about de-staffing the light stations that presently exist. We are entirely opposed to that. One of the things we feel that should be done is they should be expanded, and the communities up and down this coast should be given the ability to protect their own areas. We can't protect this coast from Vancouver. That's clear. But if we had each of our all communities along the coast had the ability to have booms, to have say in what's going on, because at the end of the day, where I'm coming from is that a lot of this is going to happen. Let's make it happen properly. I'm not opposed to trying to make it happen in a way that is good for the future, but unfortunately, business has the ability to push things through. To say we're going to stop it, we're going to ban it, it's not going to happen now, at least at any rate. I think we need to do it properly, and we need to empower our citizens to be able to deal with the issues and be able to say yes and no, and if something goes wrong, that they can go out and protect their beds, their areas, their sensitive areas, and that should be up and down this coast, so that we can be, Canada can again be a country that we can be proud of on an environmental sense. We can show the world how things can be done properly, and we can have good living wage jobs, and we can have a transportation on our waterways that work for us, that are environmentally sensitive, and will help going forward into the future, and we will need these jobs in the future, good jobs in the future, that are green, and we feel this can be done in a way that's safe, but we need to have people pushing to make sure it is, that the regulations are there, the inspections are there. And if we have that, we can be proud of what we're doing here, and we can show the world that things can be done properly, and we can move away from these dangerous products that we're bringing into our environment. But we can do it in a way that goes forward and is realistic and allows for this industry to continue, but continue controlled, because that's important. We need to be controlled. We can't allow that.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you very much, Chair. Over to Kevin.
I think I'd like to speak from up here, if everybody can hear me.